Hi and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about head hunger versus physical hunger, or emotional hunger versus real hunger. So if you're interested in that topic, please stay tuned. Hi, my name is Tina and I had traditional duodenal switch or duodenal switch surgery on June 9th of 2020. I'm currently almost 5 months out. My very top weight of my whole any time was 340 pounds. My surgery day weight was 252 pounds, and my current weight is 208 pounds. So I've lost 44 pounds since my surgery, and I've lost 132 pounds since my top weight. So I have a lot of experience with head hunger, and I just kind of want to talk about that. And the reason I want to talk about it today is that it's recently come up. So we're in holiday season, so I've had some experiences with eating things that I very, very obviously should not have eaten. I ate sugar and I'm still having consequences from it, and it's been like a week since I ate sugar, and it wasn't a lot. I mean, compared to my past with sugar, it was only, it was like a candy bar and a half over a full day. So it wasn't a lot of sugar, but I had overcome my addiction to sugar after my surgery. So I just have a lot of regrets about that, and I just want to share that with other people just so that you can maybe, I know everybody has instincts, and everybody we're all human, we make mistakes, and we do what we need to do at the time, but just sharing with you my experience having had candy bars when I shouldn't have had candy bars. So head hunger versus real hunger. So head hunger is when you're eating for emotions, or you're eating for comfort, or you're eating for something that's other than actual physical hunger. So if I define actual physical hunger, there would be some deprivation, there would be some, you haven't eaten in a while, or you haven't eaten, not a certain thing. It has nothing to do with a specific food. It has to do with you need to nourish your body. Head hunger is when you're just dying to have a specific thing, and everybody has certain comfort foods. Everybody has certain things that they go to that make them feel better. Typically it has a lot of carbs in it, just my experience. Carbs are very comforting, and it feels like comfort food. So if you're craving carbs or sugar, it's not that you're really hungry, and it's not that you have to have it. It's that there's something else going on. So if you have head hunger, I'm looking down at my notes. If you have head hunger, you are eating for reasons other than hunger. For example, anger, depression, anxiety, boredom, stress, disappointment, and habit. And I have a lot of examples of that. I've worked with when I was working outside the home, I was working with homeless families, and when you're working in a situation where you're dealing with people in crisis, you tend to form really strong bonds with your coworkers, and I think that's true for any job, but just my situation, we would have a rough morning, or something we couldn't really resolve would happen, and we would be starving. And I had a coworker, and she, not that she was any different than me, but I'm just telling you how she verbalized it. She would say it more than I would say it. I just would want to go eat. But she would just say, I have to go eat. I need food. I need to go eat. And so we would go to the store. We would typically go to there was a grocery store up the street from our job, and they had a huge deli. It was a very high-end grocery store. They had a huge deli with just great, really, really good food. It was more of a natural foods kind of store, like a Whole Foods type of store. It wasn't Whole Foods, but it was that type of a place. And so when you go in a store like that, you feel like you're eating healthy, and you feel like you're making great decisions. But we would always, they had these cookies that were, they were as big as my hand. They were big cookies, and they were shaped like a flower, and they have very colorful icing on them. and they're real heavy, and they're just really cute, and I would love those cookies. I would always buy at least one of those cookies every time we would go to the store because we were hungry. I would get a salad just to create the illusion of being healthy, and then I would get a couple of these huge cookies. And I wasn't eating because I was hungry. If I was eating because I was hungry, and the salad that I got wasn't even healthy, honestly, so I would put a bunch of stuff on the salad that wasn't good. It would be a huge salad with just tons and tons of ranch dressing, and then these huge cookies. So if I truly just had head hunger, I would have been content with just a salad, or a modest salad, or even something different than that, even some steamed veggies, or some, or some fruit, or just something that wasn't so incredibly full of fat and calories. But that I always went for the salad, huge salad, and huge cookies. And I would eat the salad thinking that I was looking, this is so healthy, this is what I need. I'm feeding my body, I'm taking care of myself. But that was not. Taking huge globs of ranch dressing is not a healthy salad. So if you're eating to comfort yourself or to avoid emotion or feeling, that's head hunger. And it's, in my experience, it was a distraction. If we could just get away from the situation and focus on eating these things, it feels like you're taking care of yourself. It feels like you're, getting away from a situation that you can't really handle. But what you're really doing is you're filling up a void that should be felt. You should do, like, there should have been another option. Like, I could have gone for a walk, or I could have eaten some grapes, or I could have, read a book, or there's several different things that I could have done. Could have gone in my car and listened to music really loud. I mean, there were several things that I could have done. But for years, we would always just turn to food, and it was like a bonding thing with my coworker as well. And this isn't just one job. This happened in several different situations. So it's not a person, and it's not specific to a situation. It might be specific to me, but so the differences between head hunger and physical hunger. Head hunger is urgent. Physical hunger is gradual. Head hunger has a specific focus. So you're focused on a specific food. For me, I was focused on these cookies. For other people, it might be, for my friend, it was, macaroni and cheese and, potato salad. It's, I feel like it has a lot to do with carbs. Carbs are comforting. If you're physically hungry, it doesn't matter what you're eating. I mean, you might have preferences, but I remember when I was a kid, I would be always hungry, and my mom would say, well, eat an apple. Well, I don't want an apple. I wanted, cereal or a cookie or something that was unhealthy, some chips. So if you would eat anything, especially something that's healthy, that's hunger. Then you know that you're really hungry. If you need a specific thing that's typically unhealthy, then that's not real hunger. And then the other significant difference between head hunger and physical hunger is that after you're finished eating, after you're done eating, after you eat because of head hunger, you have emotions around it. Like, there's regret. I shouldn't have eaten that. I'm so stuffed. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know why I ate that. Or you try to forget. So I used to have periods of time where I would forget that I ate. And I think that had a lot to do with head hunger, because I would be eating things that I just didn't want to think about. I would just be stuffing them down, stuffing my feelings down, stuffing the foods down, not really thinking about the fact that I was eating these things, and then I would just kind of forget that I ate it. Whereas if you eat because you're physically hungry, you feel good about it, and you feel satisfied after it, and there isn't a bunch of regret or emotion around it. You're just done eating. Imagine that. So I'm reading about tips to manage head hunger, and things that you can do when you feel the urge to eat something, that when you're not hungry and you're just trying to, settle some feelings that you're having, or keep from being bored or whatever it is. So one suggestion is to take a walk or clean, and that really does work. If you start cleaning, at least for me, if I start cleaning, number one, I don't want to make a mess in the kitchen if I'm cleaning the kitchen, right? So cleaning is really helpful, and taking a walk is really helpful because it just kind of takes you away from the situation, and you kind of breathe some fresh air, clear your head a little bit, and yeah, taking a walk is a good idea. And then, like I said, if you eat veggies, so if you eat something that takes a long time to eat, like a bunch of broccoli, or for example, if you're craving something crunchy, then you try to eat some fresh veggies like celery or broccoli or something like that. If you're craving something sweet, then try some fruit, or just, try something that isn't necessarily bad for you, but kind of helps that craving a little bit. And one thing that I remember is that if you really just can't stop thinking about eating and you just have to eat something, just get a spoonful of peanut butter, and that keeps you busy. You can't really eat a spoonful of peanut butter super fast. You have to kind of get it out of your mouth, and it kind of cures that a little bit. It's kind of sweet and salty also, so it kind of solves both problems. Just a suggestion. But the key is moderation. So duodenal switch surgery helps with the moderation piece. So even if I do eat something that's really unhealthy, there's a limit. I can't just eat a whole bag of candy bars, or I can't, there's definitely a limit even in the moment. Whether I have problems afterwards or not, there's still a limit to how much I can actually eat. Excuse me. But it doesn't help 100%. So I can still eat some of it. I can still, I can force myself to eat. Food addiction is a real thing, and it's very self-destructive. It's harmful, and you can get around certain things if you really try. So I'm just learning how to manage these feelings and emotions, and trying to get myself to always remember that it's not worth it, because it hasn't been. I don't like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't like having diarrhea in the middle of the night. It's, I don't like it. I haven't had enough sleep lately. I'm feeling groggy, and it's because of my poor decisions on Halloween. So anyway, this is too long. I try so hard to make my videos less than, I really want them to be around 12 minutes at the most. So I'm going to end this video now. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful to somebody, and I hope it makes sense to you. And if you have any comments or questions or anything that you are thinking of that you would really like to hear about, whether you're pre-surgery or after surgery or whatever is going on, I would just love to hear it. So any comments or questions that you have, please comment below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.